spring is coming. It is coming, guys. It's gonna come. We all know it always does. So I think the issue here is that we are not getting our butts in gear for spring and for summer. So me doing my part, I went and bought seeds for my garden today.
Hey there, I'm Kenzie, a young mom to my sweet baby girl, married to a farmer, the love of my life. I'm here to keep it real with all things homemaking and motherhood. I hope to encourage you where you're at and appreciate you tagging along.
So this was something I was like wrestling in my mind. Do I do a garden? Do I not? I don't know about you guys, but growing up, my mom really wasn't like a huge gardener. She's like domestic in every other way, but gardening wasn't really her forte. I mean, in our area, there's just like amazing roadside stands that you can pick up vegetables for so reasonably priced. So if you don't enjoy it, personally, I think financially you're not really ahead doing a garden when you think about the time you spend with it. I don't know, that could be argued. Either way, I have done a garden, let's say 2 times before this year. The first time it was a total flop because I pretty much planted the stuff and then like expected to just go out and pick things off and eat them. And then the second time was better, but still not like, I didn't put my whole heart into it the whole summer. It's so easy to like get super excited in the spring about it and just like, I'm gonna buy this, or I'm gonna plant this seed, I'm gonna do this and this, and then summer happens and it's hot and there's weeds and you're like, meh. So that being said, I'm doing a garden. I'm very comfortable in flower beds. I love flower beds and I'm like out there weeding totally fine, but I want to give the garden another fair shot this year. And I don't know much about gardening. Like my husband, his mom would garden and like he knows like so much more than I do. So like I have an asset through him knowing or to that information. And then my grandma still gardens and has a beautiful garden. So I'm like messaging her what seeds to get and what to do, what not to do, and all of that. So I have so much help around me. And I thought this would be super fun to be able to bring you along as I learn. And maybe you don't know much about gardening, but it does interest you. And the cool thing about this is like, no matter if you live in the country or if you live in town or in an apartment in a city, you can grow stuff, which is so cool. As long as you have some kind of, I was gonna say window with sunlight, but you don't even need that anymore. You can get those like lights and stuff. So yeah, if it interests you to grow things and watch your food grow in front of you, then you should get into this and you should look into it and follow along. So I'm also excited because this year, something I've never done in my garden before is grow like flowers, and they would be like flowers that you can cut and put into like a nice bouquet. Yeah, that really excites me because I love flowers. So I thought that would also be a fun way to like incorporate something into my garden that I've never done before, but also know that I will love to just like watch flowers grow. That will excite me for sure if the vegetables don't get me excited. Basically, there's option of buying packages of seeds. You can plant those seeds in the ground, and that would be as early as you possible that you get out there into the ground. You want to make sure it's not too wet, but you also want to make sure it's not too cold, that because in order for a seed to start growing into what you're wanting to grow, it needs to be warm enough to germinate. Guys, I'm not even going to pretend to know what I'm talking about, but there is something to do with that. So you want to make sure it's warm enough outside and your soil is going to be an environment that something can grow in. The other thing you can do is just buy a plant that's already been started. So there's some greenhouses locally that have some really nice options. That's usually what I've done in the past, is just buy like a plant already started. So if you're buying peppers from a greenhouse, then they've already this winter started, they planted them obviously inside to like jumpstart them, I guess you could call it. And then you're gonna get a pepper faster this summer than if you would have just planted a seed and had to wait for it to like grow. So those are your two options. I'm actually going to jumpstart my seeds in my own house. This is also new for me, but thought it would be fun. So Randall and I, and Daisy of course, just went to Home Hardware and grabbed a bunch of stuff. And we got this little starter kit, and it makes it really easy. So basically, it just has these little pods in there that I'll plant one seed in each of the pods. And then I brought this like thingy up from the basement. When we built our house, then there was just some extra covers. I'm not really sure how that happened. But yeah, so this is gonna be a perfect place because the sunlight is gonna come in through that window, and I'll just put them up there on the top. And yeah, so we're gonna get these started. So some of these though, they don't need to be jump started. So like pumpkins, some of these flowers, some zucchini, squash, that stuff will be totally fine. Once things warm up outside, once my soil's ready, I'll plant them then, and that'll be totally fine. Some things that are good to jumpstart would be like tomatoes, lettuce, spinach, and I have two kinds of flowers, marigold and stalks, that I'm gonna try to jumpstart. And then I also do want to do peppers, but the Home Hardware only had green peppers, and those are not the yummy peppers. So I will probably end up just buying pepper plants from a greenhouse that I like to go to. But yeah, this is kind of fun, something that I'm gonna learn, and yeah, follow along. Hi guys. Hello. Can I help you guys? Are you gonna help me plant my garden?
Yes.
Okay. These little nuggets, and they used to be like this size, but now they like grew a couple inches, and they have this like meshy stuff around them, and I'm pretty much just opening them up, and then there's dirt inside of them, and it says to just kind of fluff that up. And then what we're going to do is plant the seeds in there. It said to put 2 to 3 seeds in per little pod, and then there's a lid here, and it says to put this on, keep it out of direct sunlight, but in a warm place. And then it says, allow plants to germinate, remove the dome after leaves appear, and then place in a sunny location. Keep moist, don't overwater. Once the danger of frost has passed, harden off and transplant outdoors. And basically what you do then is just dig a hole in the ground where you're planting it, and put these little things in there. So yeah, so far it's been really cool. I should probably write this down. So I'm just gonna do, there's 9 rows. So I think I'm actually gonna buy pepper seeds, and because I have a couple rows that basically what I'm gonna try to do this year is, I think it's called succession planting, and it's like I'll plant now and then I'll plant in like a month or whatever the time frame is, so that you can be eating the vegetable throughout the summer, not just like one harvest, but you continue to harvest it. So this will be my first planting. So yeah, I think I'm gonna grab some pepper seeds somewhere, and then I'll have 2 rows of pepper seeds or peppers. So I'm gonna do 2 flower rows, 2 spinach rows, 2 lettuce rows, 1 tomato row, and 2 pepper rows in my little thingy here. And then I'll still figure out how much of each in the garden. Every time I plant a garden, it always surprises me how many seeds are in a package. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but they said to only plant 3 seeds per pod. So that is a ton of seeds, which is gonna be perfect because I wanna continue to plant them in the actual garden. So I'm just gonna be doing this once. And the only reason we're doing this is because the weather outside isn't allowing us to plant in the ground yet. So this is giving us a head start because Ontario, man. All right, we are all finished planting for now until I get my pepper seeds. Then I'll just do that quickly. The last 2 rows here don't have any seed, but the rest of them are all planted. So then basically it just said to put the seed in and then put some moss on top. You don't pack it or anything. It said lightly put it on. I don't have to water them or anything. I don't think so anyways. Should double check this again. Love, lightly cover with peat, add dome, place in warm location, out of direct sun. So this is the dome we're putting back on top. And then I'll probably just pull it away from the window just because it said no direct sunlight. And then we will be good to go. I'm curious to know how soon I'm gonna start to see some action. So yeah, if you want to try it yourself, go for it. It's not too late. It was the McKenzie brand seed starter greenhouse kit. Honestly, it's more fun than anything. I think this costed like $18 for 36 little pods. I honestly really hope that I love this and I love the gardening again this summer. I would love to just like be able to raise Daisy and any future kids in a family that just understand those things and even just enjoy them. And I think it's even just a great thing for evenings when there's like, you're just like not sure what to do. You go out to the flower beds and gardens and, you know, pick away at some weeds, or it's just, it gets you outside. It gets you to appreciate nature, and also it's just like a great way to teach your kids how things grow. And I say that, but like I need to even learn better how things grow and how it works. And yeah, so I'm really excited to learn, and I hope you guys have fun following along. If you have questions, put them below. Anything, like ask the question. Even if you think everyone else will know it, ask the question, because I probably don't know the answer, but I know people that would know the answer, and it'll probably help me learn too. So yeah, this will be super fun to do, and I will of course keep you guys updated. I'm gonna probably do some posting on Instagram and a little bit more like updates on Instagram too, so make sure you follow me. It's Kenzie.jantzi on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I make it easy for you guys. All right, well, this was a fun little get your garden started, and yeah, let's see what things grow.